Welcome back to the BAUER YouTube channel. Today you might be looking to buy a stick because today we're going to walk you through all the different things you might run into when you go into a store, like what different options are in sticks. 3 things you really want to look for are flex, curve, and kick point. So some of those might be hard to understand, and essentially what you're going to learn in this video is the different options you should be looking through, what they mean, and what might be best for you. So first one we're going to start with is flex. Essentially, you can see on here, they all say flex, so you can kind of understand that it might say 70 flex or 87 flex, or if you're a younger kid, maybe 20 flex, 50 flex, 40 flex, 30 flex. There's tons of different options, and what they essentially mean is the higher the number, the harder it is to bend the stick. And when you're bending the stick, what you're really trying to do is use the technology of it. Here, I'm going to grab an example. Let's go with the Vapor Fly Pro, okay? So this stick, it's a 70 flex stick. That's pretty average, I would say, but what it essentially means is that when you bend the stick 1 inch, that's taking 70 pounds of pressure. So the lower the number, the easier it is to bend the stick. The higher the number, the less bend you'll get. The benefit in bending the stick is essentially, think of it like a slingshot. So if you're trying to shoot the puck, if you just have a very rigid stick, it's just everything, you're only getting the power you're putting into it. Versus if you can bend the stick, it kind of releases and flicks through and fires the puck maybe with a quicker release. It can help you get a harder shot, different things like that. So finding the right number here is pretty essential. There is like a simple rule you can kind of try, which is if you want to go half of your weight, start with that, okay? So maybe that's a good place to kind of begin, but there's a lot of different personal preference in there as well. I'd say generally people are starting to go lower and lower in their flex because, like I said, you get to use more technology in the stick. The higher the number, like I said, you're just not bending it as much, and especially if you're starting out, you're probably not going to bend it as much. So for beginners, I would really recommend trying a lower flex. It's something that essentially will just help you learn how to shoot more properly with the stick, and like I said, take advantage of the technology that it actually is built for. So the next thing we're going to go over is kick point. The Vapor line here, this is a low kick stick, and the technology in it is closer to the blade, so it's better for quick shots. If you're trying to beat the goalie really quickly, that's something that is pretty big nowadays. On hockey, goalies are really good, so you got to be able to get your shot off quick, and this is something that's really going to help with that. Maybe a snapshot or a quick wrister, not as heavy of a shot that you're looking at on this. And then when you're going to the mid kick sticks, something like, for example, this E40, a mid kick stick is something where, again, the kick point is going to be higher up on the stick, and it's something better for loading up shot power. So maybe if you're kind of loading a shot from the point, you're just trying to get a heavy wrister through, anything along those lines, you might like that more. But I would say generally when you're really looking at kick point, what you want to do is test the stick. If you just find you're going to shoot better with that stick, then that's pretty much all you need to worry about. So go in the store, test it out, and then we'll go from there. And the last thing we're going to cover here is curves. So obviously we went over flex, and that is one of the things written on the stick here. But the number above that, I guess number and letter, P28 or P92, you might see like P88 or something like that out there. But P28 and P92 are probably the most common curves. And I'm going to actually show you them here so you can kind of see what it is. So P92, it's generally a mid curve and just pretty good for everything. It's a good shooting curve, it's a good passing curve, you can get some nice sauce on your pass with it. The P28 is generally more something that's going to give you better stick handling, better control of the puck because it's got a big toe curve on it. And I'm going to try to show you that here. So you can see the 2 sticks here I have, these are P92 curves. So you can see they're pretty similar. It's a normal curve, it's pretty natural, it's probably the most popular curve in the world. And then you have the P28 where you can actually see that it kind of comes in, the toe hooks in a little tighter, and kind of you can see when it's compared to a P92 that it actually goes pretty tight to the blade because they've bent it more here. Obviously, if you're thinking about that in a hockey term, let's say you're stick handling, having that little bit of extra toe there, it just gives you maybe a toe drag or anything like that. It's going to give you a little bit more control of the puck. But again, like I said, I think the main thing you're looking for here is test it out, get a feel for the stick. Just know that maybe when you're buying a second stick or a backup stick, you'll probably like one of the curves better than the other. So try it out, make your choice, and then probably stick with that curve because it'll help you to really have some consistency there. And then that's it. Then you've got your stick. So after that, all I can really say is go try them out, go in store, see what you like. And if you want to learn anything else about sticks, we've got a ton of other videos like this on our BAUER YouTube channel. So if you want to learn how to cut your stick, okay, like this one's a little shorter, there is different flexes and different things that can be altered like that. So go check out those videos, let us know what you think, and let us know if you want to see anything else from these videos, anything you want to learn.